everybody. Welcome to the Teachings of Joseph. I'm Cindy Edison. Today we are talking about choosing a different direction. You know, when we get caught up and things aren't going well, how do we get out of it? You know, we get this question a lot. People say, how do I stop these thoughts from coming into my mind? How do I shift? How do I change direction? So we're going to talk about that today. This comes off of a quote that they gave me just a few days ago, and we got questions on it. So I thought this is probably a good time to do a podcast on this because we are in the midst of shifting perspective now. Shifting perspective is at the base of our expansion into this new earth vibration. We need to see things from the perspective of the new vibration, right? Which entails changing a lot of our old beliefs, actually adopting new ones that are in alignment with the new vibration. I think it's probably clear that old beliefs that are conjured in and remain in and are still being taught from the third dimension of contrast are not in vibrational agreement with the new belief system, which is based on universal laws, right? In this new earth vibration that Joseph represents. So welcome aboard this plane of consciousness. Let's get started. Okay, so I will read this quote to you first. It was a conversation that I was having with them, and this all came out of it. So the quote goes like this. Cindy to Joseph, choosing a different direction, a different vibration, isn't easy. Joseph to Cindy, it's as easy as you choose for it to be. Remember, you are choosing the perspective of choosing too. It is as easy to choose for it to be difficult as it is to choose for it to be easy. It is all of your choosing. You are choosing the experience. So that led to a conversation about creating new pathways, right? So this really is a process that they're giving us, a concept really, that they're giving us to create a new pathway that we prefer. In essence, we're moving from an out of alignment position, an out of alignment attraction position, to an in alignment attraction position. You know, if you are out of alignment, that is indication that you are choosing thoughts that are out of alignment too. And of course, those thought vibrations are in agreement. So the more we keep choosing them, the more of that vibration we are calling to us. And that goes with the in alignment choosing too, right? So let's look at this as if we are creating two pathways. First, I want to show you this visual that they kind of gave us to give us an idea of what we are moving beyond. So take a look at this visual of, you see my little man down there in the bottom of this denseness, the dark denseness. That represents the third dimension of contrast, right? And this chart, if you will, represents the eternal journey of the current human aspect of the soul. So as you can see, he is walking forward, and the more forward he walks, this is evolution, he's walking out of the denseness into the fifth dimension of awareness. This is total awareness. This is the blending of the human aspect and the soul. And this is how the new human aspect will live on the new earth with no fear. You know, it is just total pure vibration, which is why we've been harping on alignment, because especially what we're going through now in our physical reality with this whole, it started with the political stuff, and it has just been a waterfall of all these changes, right? All the contrast is bubbling up, and we're all given opportunity to choose how we're going to experience this. Joseph has said for a long time that it really doesn't matter what's going on, and I'll use the current situation of the world right now and everything that's kind of blowing up, that does not dictate your unique reality. That is dictated by the vibration that you hold, what you are asking for. Just because all that crap is going on out there, all that chaos, does not mean you have to participate in it. And it's only when we participate in it do we get pulled into it, because as soon as we start focusing, right, we start focusing on all the chaos, we put ourselves on that pathway where all of the vibrations that created that chaos are available for our choosing, and that's where we're heading. And those manifestations appear then, or I'll say reveal themselves, in our unique reality. So let's look at this process they're giving us. So they're saying, look at these, become the observer, first of all, of your current experience. What pathway are you on? Are you on a dark pathway? Are you creating things you don't prefer? Do you feel bad in your physical body? Are things just not working out for you? Or you keep saying, it doesn't matter what I do, everything is wrong, everything is wrong. Well, you can feel the out of alignmentness of those statements, right? Because that is indication in itself, and that is your creating point. So the key is to create a new pathway, and we do this through our choosing. So remember what Joseph said, we are choosing the perspective of choosing to. So when we are on a pathway that is, I'll say dark and is manifesting things you don't prefer, you are choosing the perspective of that vibration, which is why you continue to create it, right? We did a quote the other day on somebody said, I keep picking the same guy over and over and over, and it's always bad. And I know I'm learning this lesson, and I will keep getting this lesson until I learn it. Well, that's a 3D perspective, certainly. Our perspective is you keep attracting the same guy or same experience because of the vibration that you're emitting. That's why you keep attracting it. If you don't change the vibration from which you create, you will continue to create the same thing. It's that old saying, the definition of insanity is to keep, I'll put it in our terms, is to keep choosing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Put that in vibrational terms. If you keep choosing the same vibration, you will continue to manifest the same situations and circumstances. So we are going to build two pathways, right? So first, you have to recognize where you are. And let's say you are on a dark pathway. And I'm just using the word dark because it's easier right now, because you guys get it. So we're on a dark pathway, and we are attracting dark thoughts, right? And we keep manifesting things we don't like, and soon they will begin to manifest in our physical body, because our physical body is too a manifestation of the vibration that we hold, which is why another reason why Joseph is constantly encouraging alignment, to focus on alignment. These shifts that we're going through now are not easy for the current human aspect. I mean, I have been struggling too, and we're all struggling because we don't know this new vibration. So Joseph is here to help us learn the new vibration so we can move into it. If you go back to that visual I put up in the beginning about our little man who is walking toward the 5D awareness, you will see that the more you choose love, the more you choose the space of alignment, the further forward you go. That this is how you expand into this vibration. You leave the third dimensional contrast. You don't go back and fix it, because it's always going to be there, right? It is going to be there, and you can choose it any time. The way out is to choose your way out, and that is by choosing alignment. So let's build a couple pathways. So here's your dark pathway, right? Here's your dark pathway, and along that road, along that path, are the vibrations that match that perspective. Okay? So as you're putting out those thoughts that nothing ever gets better, I never have enough, what is happening to us, the dread, the fear, those are the vibrations that are on that pathway. And as long as you're walking that pathway, you are attracting those matching vibrations. So let's create a new pathway. So look at these pathways I picked. These are visuals of the pathways that I create when I switch gears, when I want to walk down that pathway to my new human aspect and to manifest from the space of alignment, which always manifests love. Whatever vibration you are calling to you by way of the law of attraction, which is vibrational, you are manifesting from that space in every area of your life, in your job, in your home, in your relationships, in your body. Everything is vibrationally based, everything. So first, we have to choose the perspective, okay? So the perspective of the third dimension is one of contrast. So if you continue to believe the beliefs that we were all given, handed, right? Just handed off to us like a relay race. We just handed these beliefs of other people. And instead of looking at the belief and seeing really how does it feel to you, we adopt the belief and that sets us on this pathway. And the more bricks we pick up that have that same vibration and add to our pathway, the more manifestation of that vibration we experience. So the perspective is the key here, right? So if you have a belief, for instance, that the ego is evil and that we live in an evil world, you are on a pathway that is alive and well in the third dimension of contrast. You are on a pathway that is creating contrast and chaos and fear and expanding all of those things. However, the perspective of the new earth vibration, Joseph's perspective, your soul's perspective, my soul's perspective, the more expanded version of us, the non-physical aspect of us, right? We are the physical, human aspect of our non-physical soul. Our soul has that pure vibration, the God consciousness. There's no fear there. So that perspective that goes with or emanates from that vibration is pure love. So that's the pathway we want to be on, right? We all want to be on that pathway. We all want to create beautiful walkways. And when I say walkways, I'm talking about the experiences that are available on those pathways chosen from alignment. And it is all based on choosing. It is consciously participating in your own expansion, and that entails choosing the thoughts and the vibrations that are in alignment with your soul. Create momentum from that space, and you will not only enjoy the hell out of the journey, literally, you will enjoy the journey, but you will also be in awe of your manifestations because they are manifestations from the perspective of your soul, which is true, positive, pure love. So these, you have seen my some bits and pieces of what I create. You know, I walk down this pathway and I choose the cobblestone pathway in Central Park in New York, how it used to be. And I can look to my left and I see horses running in the field, and I look to my right and I see a beautiful beach scene. And then I look up at 2:00, let's say, and there I am, my house in the mountains. I'm looking for beauty because beauty exists in alignment. All beauty exists in alignment. Alignment is the space of abundance. It is the space of abundance of love and peace and joy and everything that goes with it. You cannot create an out of alignment experience when you are creating from the space of alignment. So think about what your perspective is, right? Think about the path you have created for yourself because you are choosing in every single moment. You are choosing. Remember, Abraham says that if you continually look at what is, You are looking at old news. I love that when they said that. You are looking at old news. These are already manifested vibrations. So you must create anew. Abraham says, tell a new story. We're adding to that and we're saying, visualize your new story. It's so much fun to create this new pathway, and there are no limits. There's nothing you cannot do on this pathway. There's nothing you cannot have on this pathway. Remember, I'm in Central Park walking down under the cherry blossoms, and I look over to my left and there's a field of horses, and that's totally acceptable. You can have whatever you want. When you are in this vibration and you adopt that perspective, you will be amazed at the awareness that you have of who you really are, right? This is who you really are. This is what Abraham refers to as the 99.9% of your aspect vibration is non-physical soul. And we just get hung up. We get hung up in the third dimension. We've lived here for eons of time. And this split in consciousness is giving us an opportunity to choose our way out. Joseph is only one group that is here to assist in our expansion out of the contrast. So we can move into the new human aspect of us, who's sitting up there waiting, happily, I'll say, waiting on the new earth. It is existing now in its non-physical form, and by our adding our focus to that creation, we are co-creating the new earth and the new human aspect with the universe, with our soul. So going back to what's going on now, easy to get caught up in it. I know, I've been there. Very easy to get caught up in it because most of it for me is horrifying. And I know a lot of you are feeling the same way, and we just want out of this. And we are moving in that direction, but we don't get there by adding to the collective dominant vibration of fear. We must move ourselves first and foremost. This is an individual movement first, and that will attract others who are moving in that direction too. And ultimately, the collective dominant vibration will be one of love, and we will be across that line, that was in our visual. When you come the last bit of gray, and all of a sudden we take together the step over into the 5D awareness. So that's where we're moving to. So what we need to remember is, first and foremost, you are choosing in every moment. Get in touch with your vibration. Understand your own vibration. Look at your beliefs. What do you believe? Is your belief fear-based? Doesn't matter how long you've had it. It makes no difference at all. If it is fear-based, replace it with the new perspective belief. Replace it with a new perspective belief, because that belief will hold you in that third dimensional perspective. It does, because you cannot take a belief that is founded in, conjured in, and taught from the space of fear into a vibration that has no fear. It cannot go. There is no vibrational agreement between the two. So you need to look at your beliefs and kind of look at what Joseph is giving us through their message of expansion. And that is coming into more of who we are, which is no fear at all. So choosing, and then choosing a perspective, and that will set you on your pathway. And as you're walking, you will have indication from your ego, your loving ego aspect of the soul, who points out to you through negative emotion when you are not in alignment. When you are choosing thought vibrations that are out of alignment with your soul, you don't feel so good. You get out of alignment emotions, right? Anger, jealousy, loneliness, everything that's not love, the ego is making you aware of as you are choosing them. And it is saying, throw that one back. You don't need to choose that. Choose something from alignment and create a new pathway. This is what we're doing now, guys. We are walking into a new place. We're walking into a new vibration. Joseph has been assisting in that evolutionary process for its human aspect. When we evolve as the physical aspect of the soul, the whole universe evolves. Every time you think of love, every time you feel the vibration of love, everything expands. So when we all jump on this plane of consciousness and shift with this energy, we allow this shift to move us in the direction that the universe is taking us, which is to a more expanded realm of consciousness. Most people say our ascension. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. We're moving beyond the contrast, and that's where we're going. So everything shifts. We will have a new lexicon. We will be talking about what words do to our translations, right? The word fear itself is out of alignment. It's just out of alignment, which is why Joseph has been for a little while, and will continue to shift from, we have a choice in choosing fear or love, to we have a choice of choosing in or out of alignment vibrations. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to think about the fear. All you have to do is choose. We are so powerful in our choosing, guys. This is where our free will is. This is what is meant by we are free will human aspects, because we have the ability to choose. We have the ability to choose our experiences, and we do that vibrationally. Okay? So if you're on a track that you're not liking very much, make a sharp left turn. And how you do that, let me just say this. When you're standing in the middle of the forest, right, you can't see the trees or something like that. So when you're on that dark pathway, I said to Joseph one time, this does not feel like the process. What the hell? And they said, of course it doesn't, Cindy, because you're out of alignment. The process itself is in alignment. And I went, oh, yeah, that's right. Because when you're out of alignment, all you're attracting is out of alignment junk. That's what you're attracting. So you need to shift your perspective. And sometimes I will actually get up and physically turn my body around to give myself a different perspective to start anew. So the fact is that when I first started this, it's a little bit weird in the beginning. You go, I don't know about that. But remember, every single manifestation that you create is created in its non-physical form first by way of your thoughts, by way of your choosing of your thoughts. So hang out, give yourself, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes, whatever it is, while you're driving, whatever it is. Give yourself some time to create a pathway and feel into it. Just take off all the barriers, take off all the chains, and just say, I'm going to create, what is this I want to experience? If there were no barriers in my way, what would it look like for me? And go from there. Put that first brick down. And then continue to put bricks down, and you will find that as you're walking that pathway, you are attracting naturally. You don't have to try to do it, because the law of vibration does it for you. So it's going to attract what you are thinking already. So keep adding to your pathway. I started out a while ago creating this pathway in meditation. I would say, I'm going to meditate on the new earth for a little while. And my only intention with that meditation would be to create on this pathway. And I would just revisit it every time, and I would add things to it. I added books of Joseph's teachings to it, and I added book signings and teachings and crowds of people wanting to hear their message, and just wonderful experiences on this beautiful earth, and always moving toward the vibration where all of that is sitting. Everything you want is in alignment. Esther calls it the vortex. Everything you want is in that pure space of love, being held there by your soul. It's such a beautiful thought, isn't it? Man. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I will do a follow-up on this. We're just breaking this one out there. Haven't even really thought of a name of it. Actually, they gave me a name, but now we've kind of shifted it a little. So for right now, we're just calling it Choosing Your Way into Alignment. Or something like that. Actually, we'll see where this goes. Anyway, if you have any questions, email me to info@theteachingsofjoseph.com. Check us out on our 7 steps of self-discovery and healing, too. I just started a teaching series on that. I think I have 3 up there. These 7 steps to self-discovery and healing were written really as an evolved version of the 12-step program. Joseph gives them to us and says, look, you guys, you are addicted to fear. The current dominant vibration of the human aspect is addicted to fear, and they're showing us a way out. So hop on those teachings with us. They're really fun. And if you want a copy of those 7 steps, feel free to email me and I will shoot you the PDF. Follow us on Instagram if you don't already at The Teachings of Joseph. There are quotes there every day. They're giving me stuff every day, and I'm posting as much as I can. And check out the Allow Your Soul to Lead book series. It is their introduction to us. You can find those on the website, and it will flip you over to Amazon. Anyway, you guys, we are so grateful that you have joined us on this plane of consciousness, and we love you, and we are in awe of your desire for more freedom of who we really are. So thank you for joining us today as we set sail for the new earth vibration. Welcome aboard.